We've all been there, right? We buy a brand new sketchbook and we have all of these art supplies we cannot wait to play with. But when we put the sketchbook in front of us, we don't know what to paint. That's why today I'm bringing you some new sketchbook ideas to create in your book, and I'm going to be using my brand new paint markers by ArtX. And I'm super excited about this one since ArtX has partnered with me, so we can have a little giveaway and I can get one of these boxes to you. So wait for that at the end of the video. And in the meantime, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Paula. And if you're not new here, you know that if I have new art supplies, I cannot wait to get started. So let's do it. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the markers. Going to open the package now. I'm super excited about them and to show them to you, and I think this is a better angle for you to see them. And now my dog, she's just on my desk all the time. I don't know, what can I say? Back to the markers. It's a set of 60 markers and it came with these stickers, some for the back of the markers to give them numbers, and another corresponding one, I guess, to create your own swatch card. I love that they have little hearts on them. I was thinking about a theme for this video and I was thinking I would either do hearts or florals. So seeing these little hearts on them, I think settles it. And we know what we're painting today. Now, because I have issues, I couldn't stand how the markers were arranged inside the box. I wanted a different order that seemed more coherent to me, so I moved them all, which was a mistake considering the stickers for the back of the markers were in the same order that they were packed in. But luckily, since I was filming, I was able to go back to my footage to put the stickers on correctly. Also, the caps of the markers I feel are a pretty close match to the ink in most cases. Anyhow, the first thing I'm going to do is swatch them because there's so many of them and so many color variations. I did want to know what I was working with. But instead of creating a swatch card, which I need, I decided to draw a heart with each one in my sketchbook. So this would be a little more playtime for me. After I was done swatching all of the colors, I thought maybe I would do some black outlines on top of the hearts, but I wanted them to be a little offset and fun so I could have something more artistic. I made something super simple, but it was satisfying and I got to know the markers a little bit. I guess that makes for a good warming up exercise, where you just create something simple and mindless until the creativity starts to flow. And it did. So I grabbed some colors that I thought would look nice together from the swatching page, and I really felt like painting lines. I actually did not plan very specific ideas for the video since it was my first time using the markers and I wasn't sure what to expect. So lines, and I wanted to continue with the heart theme. So I thought I would paint various hearts with different colored outlines so that they eventually connect to each other. I've done similar things to this on canvas. I have one in my shorts and I loved it. So I started to move forward and paint my hearts, making them thicker and thicker. And as I added lines, I started not to like them. So the first thing I did was to change the color I thought was bothering me and paint over it with blue, which is the wonderful thing about acrylic paint markers. You can just paint over things and it's amazing. I just kept going, for the process. I finished, and that tapping you see me doing with my hand, well, that's telling you I hate it. It's showing that I'm having one of my artistic tantrums. I'm questioning my skills and life decisions. And I'm considering either tearing the page out or painting over the whole thing with black. I got very frustrated and I wasn't being able to shake it with positive self-talk, breathing, nothing. So I thought this time it was best to completely switch gears. When I was painting the multicolored hearts, the first page, I immediately thought I would love to use the markers on shrink plastic. Thinking about that one video I made last year, go watch it after this one. So I pushed my sketchbook aside, thinking if I painted something I really wanted to, it would make me feel better. So instead of ripping my sketchbook apart,
I thought I'd give myself and that page a little breather to see if it grew on me after having fun. So bear with me as we take a tiny detour outside the sketchbook ideas and we make a little charm. I just wanted to color something with the markers, so instead of designing a new character or drawing something new, I looked in my other sketchbook for something I've created before and I just went ahead and redo it. This bird I'm painting, it's a blue-footed booby that I created for an upcoming video. You're gonna get to see that one next week. It's a spoiler and it's a very exciting one. On that video I wanted to paint animals that you can find here in Ecuador, so that's the reason I've created this character. Blue-footed boobies live in the Galapagos Islands, which are in fact a part of Ecuador. So I thought it would be fun to have my take on one, and I decided this one eats way too much and therefore he is a fat booby. It took me all of 2 seconds to love how the markers work on top of this material. It was really easy for me to use them, and this is the most amazing part. They work like acrylic paint would do with a dry brush on paper. So I'm loving using them and mixing them a little bit to create my character. It was really, really fun to do. Like here on his belly, I was able to mix my white with the other color and achieve a nice blended feathery look. I adored how this little character ended up looking and I was really, really happy with it. With the opacity of the markers, with using them. So now I'm even happier that I get to give away one of these sets to you. Don't forget, I'll explain at the end of the video. Okay, so tantrum gone, so I decided to carry on in my sketchbook. And I will finish the charm later and I'll show you after, but in that moment I just painted it, felt happy, and went back to the book. And guess what? Relaxed me still hates this. Maybe I would take an extra breather by playing with my swatch page a bit, changing line weight and thickness. It always works. Done. Did it improve? You tell me. I think it looks the same. Here's how it looked before and here's now. It's the same. Whatever, it doesn't bother me as much, but I still dislike the opposite page. I dislike it with less passion than an hour before, but still. I was back to thinking if I should paint on top of it or what. But then I thought about you. You, that one person, that one single comment that's gonna say, I actually liked it. And because of you, this time I'm gonna let it go. Not going to tear it out, draw or paint over it. I'm going to leave it in there because of you. Next, I wanted to use the markers a little differently after painting my bird. All I wanted to do was color and test them on top of paint. So I covered my whole page with acrylic craft paint, immediately regretted the color choice, so I changed it to Payne's Gray, which is a color I always like. While the background was drying, I thought I would tape off a rectangle on the opposite page to get it ready to paint something on there too. Because I've always loved hearts, I'm still happy to carry on with that theme. Hearts are my favorite. And I decided what I wanted to do is create a little collection of sacred hearts. I love hearts everywhere, and I really like the look of sacred hearts. I have a little tiny collection of them displayed in this thing in my home, and I have a whole Pinterest board of them because I absolutely love them. So I just painted and painted happily, improving my mood with every stroke. I was done filling my whole page and I was so happy. I really loved it. It's not like the stuff I usually paint on my sketchbook, but this page just brought me so much joy. Playing with all the combinations of all the different colors and different patterns, fun. Time to remove the tape and use the next page, and that has to be the worst peel back of painter's tape ever. So not satisfying, it ripped half my paper out. But it was still good for me to paint on, so time to do another heart. For this one, I drew inspiration on a hand-painted glove I made some years back. I'm using each marker like it is a little paintbrush, and I'm painting stroke by stroke. It was such an enjoyable process mixing all of the colors, and I absolutely love it, even before it's finished. It's nice that I don't have to shake or push the markers and interrupt my creative flow. The colors are vibrant and opaque. Such a satisfying process. It was fun and I'm obsessed with the result. And because I haven't done it so far today, here's how this beautiful piece would look as large-scale artwork. Love it. Okay, on to the next idea, and I thought I would bring back my graphite paints or watercolors from Kuretake that I loved so much from my past sketchbook video. I wanted to mix them with the markers. Again, just drawing a lot of connecting hearts. I'm using the graphite blue, red, and purple for this. I created a little composition of hearts that filled most of my page. And I did want to show you this. This is a thing now. I don't know what's going on. If I stand up, she climbs by herself and she's waiting for me when I'm back on my desk. And her brother now feels alone on his bed underneath my desk, so they were both watching here as I painted this. Anyhow, when I painted the hearts, I also used the same colors on this little paper scrap because I wanted to test which marker colors I liked best on top of the graphite before committing to using them in my sketchbook. So I tried several colors and these are the ones I chose. And I'm just simply going over my hearts and creating little markings. These markings are the same I've done before with other markers, but at the same time they're so different because they are more painterly and I like how they can mix together. I added that burgundy to my list of colors right at the end because I loved how it looked on top of it, and then I just had more fun playing with all of the hearts. When I was done, I decided it would look cute if I gave them all a little shadow, and here it is, finished. And why not? Let's blow it up and turn it into a beautiful piece of art too. Before letting you know how you can win the markers, let's go back to see everything we painted today. The page we just finished, and here's the painterly heart. I'm obsessed with it now. I need to paint a bunch of these in canvas. Need to do it. Just love them. I actually already did one. And then we have my page of sacred hearts, which I think it's so beautiful, bright, and cheerful. There are so many things you could do with this pattern. The page of stripes, which I now think it's not that bad, but still not my favorite. And finally, the first swatching page, which was fun to do. And I figure now, nice to look at. And of course, I haven't forgotten about the shrink plastic detour. Here's my fat boobie, which I cut, made an extra heart charm to match the theme, shrunk, and covered with dimensional Mod Podge. And here it is, my little fat boobie charm that I love. Isn't it cute? I love it. Which I turned into a little keyring. I loved using my markers on string plastic, so I'll probably do it again. And I also wanted to show you, I love that I could have them like this tilted and just grab one and put it back in its place. That made it so nice to work with, especially when I was doing this one. I loved it. So if you want to get a box for yourself and you want to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, of course, and also to ArtX's channel, which I'm gonna link down below. And you have to let me know in the comments that you want to be entered in the draw or entered in the giveaway for the markers. Sadly, this is not a worldwide giveaway, but I'm gonna pin a comment with the countries that can participate. There's a lot of them, I'm sure you can get them. And that's it. Thank you again, ArtX, for making this video possible, especially for allowing me to give away a set of markers to one of you. That made me really, really happy. With that, I hope you're having the most wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.